kids, Miss Kulkarni here. In this video, we will continue with organic chemistry and we will learn how to name carboxylic acids. But before that, let's find out how do we know a compound is a carboxylic acid. It's a functional group and the general formula for any carboxylic acid in organic compound is R1COOH. So this COOH group is the one which is called as carboxylic acids. And this is one of the example of carboxylic acid. We are going to find out how to name such carboxylic acids. Before that, there are some guidelines for naming carboxylic acids. Let's review those. Number 1, they all will contain a functional group which is carboxylic functional group or which is COOH. The numbering of carbon atom, carboxyl carbon will be always number 1. That's the way we are going to begin numbering the carbon chain. Then the next part after that is all the monocarboxylic acids, we call them as alkanoic acid. What it means is if you find out the parent name of that particular carbon chain, then that E is replaced by oic acid. Let's take for example, if we have an alkane with pentane 5 carbon chain, the acid with 5 carbon will be called as, we remove that E and we add oic acid. So it will be pentanoic acid. Is that simple? Let's actually work on some examples. This is our first example and this is the carboxylic acid group. We are going to number that carbon as 1 and then the remaining carbon atoms are numbered as follows. So what is the parent chain? These are 4 carbon atom. 4 stands for butane and then we remove that E and then replace that by oic acid. So it's butanoic acid. And we don't need to actually write down that as 1 butanoic acid. It's understood that it is at 1 position. Let's look at the second example there. Again, that's the carboxylic acid. So my numbering begins from here and it continues till we get the last carbon as 5. That means the parent chain is pentane and the acid will be pentanoic acid. But did you realize there is one functional group there and a side chain which is bromine, and bromine is on carbon atom number 3. So that will be called as 3-bromopentanoic acid. Let's take few more examples. Over here we can spot that is the carboxylic acid group. We are going to label the carbon atoms. Whenever there is a branching, just watch for that because we need to find the longest possible chain which contains that carboxylic acid. In this case, if you go either up and down, we will end up having 4 carbon atoms. So instead of that, if we keep on going straight, we get that 5 carbon atoms. So with 5, we get pentane and the acid will be pentanoic acid. What about the side chains? We got 2 side chains and both are methyl on carbon atom number 3. So we're going to number that 3 2 times 3 3, and since we got 2 methyl groups, we put dimethyl. So it's 3,3-dimethyl pentanoic acid. Let's work on one more problem. So this one here has 2 functional groups. One is carboxylic acid, other is alkene. The carboxylic acid will be the boss here. So the numbering begins from that carbon and continues through the end of the molecule. So we got 5 carbon atom number chain. 5 stands for penta. That means it will be penta. But if it's pentene, that indicates it's a double bond. double bond begins at position 3. So we can say pent 3 ene, and at position 1 we got carboxylic acid, so it is 1 oic acid. So there you go. So that seems pretty easy, right? I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you again in next video. Until then, bye bye.